What a marvelous group. And you all look good too. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all. And a word to the men who don't mind exposing their feminine side. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. Let us join hands this morning. We're in the community now. Want you to feel the support of your brothers and sisters who are sitting next to you. Those who are behind you, those in front of you. That's how we live in community here at Glide. So whether you're here or elsewhere, you know you're supported. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you will see on the wall behind me all of our prayer requests. They were made by persons like yourselves. You may pray with your eyes open or your eyes closed, but this morning as we join hands, Sheila will lead us in prayer.
Good morning, Glide. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. As we pray today, dear God, thank you for letting us wake up this morning, Lord. Somebody didn't wake up this morning, Lord, but thank God that we are all here as one today, Lord. Lord, today is Mother's Day, but for us mothers, Mother's Day is every day for us. 365 days to a year, we are mothers, not just today, Lord. Lord, thank you for also letting me be a grandmother today, Lord. You know, I'm blessed today, Lord, and I just want to say to the mothers and the daughters who are distant from each other today, my God, try to make it back together, because mothers are the most important persons in your life today. No matter what they have done or what you have done, always remember, no matter what else happened, your mother will always be there, no matter what. Lord, also thank you for a miracle for me today, Lord. A child of mine who does not step a foot in church actually came to church and brought me my grandkids this morning and also brought me some flowers and a card. That's a miracle, God. And we do get miracles, and they do come small as a mother. You know, Lord, I just want to say for all mothers, don't give up on your kids no matter where they are going. Our kids is never going to go the way we want them to go, Lord. But they're going to go the way they choose to go, but Lord, always let them know that we will always be there for them. For the new mothers, it's a just new beginning, but it's love the whole time down the line. In your name, amen. Amen. Hallelujah. Right on. Shalom. Salam. Namaste. Namaste.
Reading. Please remain standing. Please remain standing.
Yes, please. We're going to do the community song right now. And we need everybody to participate. The words are on the wall. She's got the whole world in her hands. Everybody join in and sing with us. In her hand, she got the whole wide world. She got the whole world. In her hand, she got the whole world in her hand. She got the rich and the poor. In her hand, she got the rich and the poor. In her hand, she got the rich and the poor. In her hand, she got the whole world in her hand. She got the young and the old. In her hand, she got the young and the old.
us embrace each other, my sisters and my brothers. Turn to your neighbor, those in front. Embrace each other.
Hello. Hello. Thank you, thank you. We're going to move on now. We want you to see that the children are here today to sing. Yes. Under the direction of Ron and Classy and Angela and I don't know who else, but anyway, they're ready to sing the song. Come on. Dylan, Angela. Thank you all. Take a bow. Oh my God, that's so good. So thank you very much. Come on, Clyde, on something. While they're coming up, I just want to remind you that next Sunday there will be a premiere film here of what is called This For By Faith. I think that Kristen is probably going to say more about it, but I just want to put my little word in it since I'm in the film. It has to do with Thomas Dorsey and Cecil Williams. Thomas Dorsey is the father of gospel music. Cecil Williams was the one who created Celebration. It's going to be after the 11 o'clock celebration. We're going to go somewhere and have some food. And I mean not finger food. It's going to be good food. And then the ensemble is going to sing a little bit. We're going to be here in the sanctuary again, sing a little bit, and then the film will be shown. And there are people coming from other places. I think Kristen will say more about that. That's another thing I just wanted to say to you that I'm very proud of. The board of the San Francisco Pride Grand Marshal passed a resolution to begin to seek lifetime awards for Grand Marshals. I was selected by the board unanimously to be a Grand Marshal at the Pride Parade. Yes! Yes! Oh yeah! 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 Yes! Some of you know that it hasn't been easy, but I loved every minute of it because I had to challenge the system so they could begin to see how homophobic people are, and especially in the church folks. Well, anyway, I don't want to preach no sermon. I want to get going here this morning. My brothers and my sisters, Flight Ensemble, the hottest group in any city, at any church. Yeah! We're going to sing the first song. They're going to sing a song, and then when they get through, I'm going to make an introduction of someone. But right now, let's listen to the Glide Ensemble.
tell you, that's good stuff. You like that? You like that, huh? Some of the best gospel music on the universe. Here it's on a Sunday morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. My brothers and my sisters, I often have the opportunity to at least say a word or two about the person I'm fixing to present to you next. But I'm going to say a few more words about her. Just so happened that she let me marry her. And I knew this a long time ago. There you are. That's right. Back me up on this. Knew that she is very knowledgeable, a good workaholic. She is sensitive, intelligent, smart, loving. I tell you what, she is the executive director of the program Sea of Life, but she is also served as the second, not just the second, but she has served our city on a number of things. But one thing we're proud of is that she is a poet laureate of the city just recently. May I present to you at this time now, our Janice Miracle Tane.
I didn't know who he was talking about. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Change Band, Light Ensemble. Happy Mother's Day, mothers. The ministers, our Pastor Fitch, and our Reverend Grand Marshal. Our Reverend Grand Marshal declined to speak today, and they requested that the mothers, that we have a representative of mothers speaking to you today. So here we are, and thank you very much. Today is Mother's Day, and I think we take this time to be grateful to our mothers and our grandmothers and our mother figures and our nurturers and our fathers who are our mothers and our ancestors. But you know, we know that Mother's Day is every day. Mother's Day doesn't take a break. I remember the stories that my mother told me, often to remind me to be humble, to get my education as a key to my freedom, to keep my mouth shut so I would not scare away eligible husbands. I was very quiet when I first met Cecil. They wrote that commercial after me, the long way baby thing, to unravel the bindings of fear and unworthiness, and to mend and weave and create a self out of the adversity that she faced. So I say to my mother, and this poem I wrote for you on Mother's Day, what has been created, mother, out of spools of your life, a string of warning from your lips. You worked hard, mending lives, mending wounds from rejections, from divorce and displacements. Pretty is not enough, you said. Work harder. Work harder to stop the beatings, the blame, to end the silence, the shame. My endless search for impossible perfection. Perhaps you would love me then. Smart is not enough, you said. Oh, mother, I watched you as you saved balls of twine rolled into an infinite lifeline. You weave fibers of rebellion in my bones. This damaged body repairs in your light when silences vanish. You tell the stories of our World War II internment camp, of how you would find ways to laugh, unwinding the barbed wire from your throats, and sang Shi Nano Yoru, Cherry Blossom Time, and Don't Fence Me In. When the men joined the army, you and other women curled each other's hair, styled from fashion magazines smuggled even into the barracks. You preened in each other's shoes, danced the two-step with handsome soldiers on leave from the war. Your words strengthened my fabric. Connect, repair, justice, reparations, justice, reparations. Work harder to stop injustice, to reclaim our rights. Look, Mother, at these hands that are shaped like yours. This spirit rises from your unleashed spoken truth. I uncover your love, my love. I am a ferocious affirmation, the stubborn root of a weed. I learn from you to shape myself from imperfection, beautiful enough in all my contradictions. Thank you, mothers. Thank you for the strands of your struggle and your strength, for the lifeline of your love, for the stories that help us write our own books. Look, mothers, how healing is this labor. How powerful is this mending. So this morning, so from the beautiful tapestry of this Glide community on Mother's Day, we have invited Julie Anderson, Blanche Clyburn, Diane Monanu, Claire Amy Errett, and Claire Albanese, just to give you their Mother's Day messages this morning. We'll start with Julie.
Hi. I'm Julie Anderson. I've been in the choir for 7 years and a family member here at Glide for 8 years. And I'm a new mom to a 3-month-old little boy, and I just spent 3 months day in, day out at home with my baby. So I'm pretty in touch with the emotions around being a mom right now. When Janice asked me to speak about Mother's Day, I've had really ambivalent feelings about my mom and Mother's Day a lot in my past. And, that's due to a bunch of dysfunctional stuff from way back that I won't get into. But I did my premarital counseling here with Pastor Fitch, and he asked me to tell him something about my mother. And in my mind, I had this laundry list of annoyances and frustrations, and don't get me started. And I kind of started in on it, and he stopped me, and he said, just tell me something positive. And it was the first time I had really been pressed to think about it, and it quickly came to me. My mother worked very hard at creating a sense of family and belonging. And that's something that has really stayed with me as a mother and as part of a community. I really try and work hard here with my family at Glide and my family at home to work to bring people together in that way. And I was able to really appreciate my mom. I think we all would like our mothers to be perfect. Why can't they say just the right thing when I need them to? Why aren't they reading my mind? And, we have these huge expectations of our mothers. And reflecting on what she was able to give to me, I realized that, different mothers have different strengths. And we need to try and appreciate what those strengths are that your mother has to give to you. So, when I think about being a mom, there's a lot of baggage around being a mom. And I think about my son, and I'm sure 20 years from now, he'll have his laundry list of annoyances and frustrations with his mother, and I'm sure they will include being overbearing and suffocating, because one thing I've realized And one thing that's been most shocking to me being a new mom is the intensity of the love that you feel for this baby. It's fierce, it's primal. You know, you really can't be very rational or reasonable when it comes to your baby. You're so protective of your baby. And so I hope that, you know, one day he'll be able to look at those annoyances and frustrations and think that there was love behind that. And I just hope that all of us who have ambivalent feelings about our moms on Mother's Day, if we could think about that one thing that they're really good at and embrace them for that. So, thanks.
Julie, thank you. Blanche? There's Paul and Jeff, the daddy, and Paul. Blanche Clyburn.
Hi, my name is Blanche Clyburn. I came to Glide approximately 10 years ago with the intention of doing community service hours only. Actually, all those of you who did come to Glide, just recently, beware, you may be here 20 years from now. I started my life as a young woman, married, children, thought I was going to live the rosy life, happy life, family, you know, the regular things people look for in marriage and early life. Didn't turn out that way. At the age of 37, I found myself on drugs and addicted. I left my sons with my mother to take care of them. They were my kids, not hers. So now I know about mothers. After I left them with my mother for about 6 years, 7 years, I'm not even sure of the time, something told me to come to Glide. When I came to Glide, it was early recovery for me. I had a few months, about 6 months clean, and I thought I knew everything just like everyone else in early recovery. I came to Glide and I started volunteering. And if I had gone to my probation officer first, because of course I was on probation, because of course in addiction I wound up at the age of 41 in jail, and on and on and on. So when I thought that I was really through, I came to Glide, and I was through. I didn't know it, but I was. I stayed here, I started volunteering, and one person was impressed with me throwing turkeys around and boxes, and they hired me. I stayed here. I worked in the kitchen with the families, children, and handicapped for approximately 2 years. I loved doing that. It was enjoyable to me. Then I got the opportunity to work with training and employment services. While I was here, I decided to start going to Generations. Generations is a recovery program that Glide has. I was going to the meetings, and it helped me. God told me to come here for once I started listening to God. God told me to go to probation. When I went to probation, my file was on top of the stack. God works in mysterious ways. He told me I was lucky backlog because I was getting ready to get a warrant for my arrest again. I'm happy to say that today, not am I only off of probation, but I've had my record expunged, and I can truly say I no longer have a record. During my recovery, I went back for my sons, and I gave them back their precious gift that I had taken from them wrongly. I gave them back their mother. In my recovery, I learned to love my mother for who she was and not criticize her. While in training and employment services, I became another mother to the youth program, and I wasn't expecting to do that. And it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I'm also a grandmother. I also almost lost my mother for the second time to a second heart attack. But I'm happy to say she's here with me again today. Those of you who know about addiction, just remember, if you follow God's ways, the addiction will leave. If you follow God's ways, you'll come to a place like Glide. where they accepted me, even though my family was frustrated and sick and tired of me saying I'm going to do the right thing and not doing it. They accepted me as their family, and I stayed, and I'll probably be here quite some time to come. Thank you very much.
Blanche, thank you. Diane Monano. Did you hear that? Blanche is clean for 10 years. Yes.
Good morning. I'd like to introduce myself the way we do in sweat lodges and at community meetings. My name's Diane Monanu. I'm Oklahoma, Cherokee, and Irish, and Mississippi Choctaw. I have five children, 9 granddaughters. 5 of them sang this morning. I promised to give a commercial. And 9 grandsons and 1 great-grandson. And I have to stand before you and tell you all that I am, I get from the women who went before me. I stand on their shoulders. Some of the things that they gave to me, like Jan's mother gave to her, were stories. And some of them were things that I experienced. My dad's family was able to escape removal, and they moved into the mountains in bloody Harlan County, Kentucky, where the women in my family were able to stand up to gun thugs when they were union organizing. This is also the Hatfield and the McCoy area of the country. And I learned hard scrabble life and how to survive from them. I also learned great faith and belief in God, because their little churches would fit maybe 2 in here. But these were special churches. They took one scripture out of Mark, the very last part of Mark, that said, and these signs shall follow them, that those that believe in my name, they shall pick up snakes and any other deadly thing, and it will not harm you. Well, this kind of faith is something that I grew up knowing that I want. And it's something that we can all aspire to. Maybe you won't pick up snakes, but you can have that same faith that was given to me. For the trail of tears that my mother's family went through, that sounds so romantic and so poetic, and it's not true. First, all Cherokees had left was their pride. So I was given pride through these stories about survival, how the soldiers came with guns at dinner time to catch all of the families home, and then marched them away at gunpoint and put them in the world's first stockade, the first concentration camps. 17,000 Cherokees were rounded up in the fall, and they were kept in these camps until the first snow. And then they were walked from North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia into Oklahoma, into Indian Territory, where they were expected to build everything back up. It's called in Cherokee the trail where they cried. I was told that no one looked sideways, no one looked any way, we just walked. The only song that sometimes was sung was Amazing Grace. And when these little small southern towns would watch the people walking by carrying their dead, carrying their sick, carrying their people who could no longer walk, they laughed, because behind us were wagons that the Army had brought for us to ride. And because we had nothing left but pride, we refused to walk. And at first people would laugh and point, but pretty soon the people on the roads watching this march started to cry. So that the march that my ancestors went on is not the trail of tears, because we didn't cry. It's the trail where they cried. And one story I'd like to share really quick with you is one that my grandmother told me about one of the children in her grandmother's family that was hidden and told, hold on to these red corn seeds and don't let them go. Keep them. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, don't come out from hiding. Well, her family was rounded up. And it used to bother me that there's this little 7-year-old girl separated by thousands of miles from her family, being passed between pastors back and forth, won't open her hand and won't talk. So pretty soon they decided back there that they didn't want anything, they couldn't help this little girl, they didn't want anything to do with her. So they did take her to Oklahoma. She was able to catch up with her family. And after they massaged her hand, I have no idea how long, she did open her hand. And in her hand were the 7 corn seeds that her grandmother had given her, that she had held on to for all those months. So she survived. We will survive. Our families are strong. Our women are strong. We are all connected. Today, it doesn't rain in my living room. I have all my plumbing indoors. I graduated from University of California. I have a master's in medical anthropology. Thank you. And we are all connected to every living thing that went before us. We're connected to each other. And I wish you happy Mother's Day. And the way we end our sweats is saying, all my relations.
Diane. Amy?
Yeah, Claire and Madison are going to stay down there. It's better that way. It's best. Madison's in a slight meltdown mode. She doesn't want to speak. So Claire and I sort of took I think a little bit of a different approach when Jan asked us to speak about Mother's Day. We were first like, what? And I think it was more because it was sort of shocking to us that we actually were mothers. It doesn't dawn on you right away, other than the exhaustion and some of those things that you feel. It doesn't really sink in for a while. But then sort of a very profound thing happened, which was yesterday I got this book in the mail from my mother, which was all of these quotes about motherhood. And on any other time, in any other year, I would have been completely annoyed that my mother had sent me a book about how I should be appreciating her. However, I completely understood it this year in a very different way, because I suspect that in 20 years from now, I will be sending this book to Madison, being really agitated that she didn't send it to me first. So I'd like to read a couple of the quotes in the book, because I think they sort of sum up for us what it's like to be new mothers. So we'll see how this goes. And I'm speaking for all 3 of us, and everybody laughed at the 9 o'clock at that, saying that that was not surprising. So you're laughing as well. So the first one is by someone named Marnie Jackson, who's a Canadian writer and journalist, who says, "Motherhood is like Albania. You can't trust the descriptions in the book, so you just have to go there." And I think that is sort of a real reality, which is nobody can describe to you what it's like, and everyone says it's the most wonderful and also the most unbelievably intense thing you'll ever do, and that's true. Case in point. Kate Sampery, who's an author, said, "Before becoming a mother, I had 100 theories on how to bring up children. Now that I have my own children, there's only one theory I have. Love them especially when they least deserve to be loved. I see lots of mothers out there with their children right now, hugging them. I think I just saw that happen. And probably saying, see, I told you, it's when you least deserve it. Is that right? Is that what happened? Angela Carter, who's an English writer, said, there are lots of things that you can brush under the carpet about yourself until you're faced with somebody whose needs won't be put off. And I think that that's sort of an interesting thing, which is what Claire and I have come to understand is through motherhood, we've started to understand much more about what is not 100% okay about us, which is that you're there to teach this human being all the values and all the love and all of these things. And if you have certain spaces in your own life that haven't been worked out, it can be quite a challenging experience. So I thought that one was a good one. And last but not least, Maureen Hawkins, who is a famous poet, said, before you were conceived, I wanted you. Before you were born, I loved you. Before you were here just an hour, I would die for you. This is the miracle of life. Now, if it was up to my mother, I would probably read all of these and tell you that she sent the book to me. But I'm going to spare you that. Sort of what I'd like to say in closing is that Claire's had some health issues. Many of you knew that she was in the hospital this past week. Your thoughts and your prayers were really important to us because the last part that I think we've learned is that when you are a parent, your definition of family is really profound. You understand it, you need it, you want it, and that a place like Glide, I think, creates the opportunity to really confirm that family comes in all different ways. It's some of it is the blood relationships, but it's mostly, I think, about the humanity and the love that people share. So this is an incredible place, and I think it's really resonated for us in this experience. So thank you very much. There's Madison over there for those, and Claire, yeah. Thanks, and I hope you all of you have a great Mother's Day. Thanks.
Amy.
Let's hear it for Janice and all of the women here. Stand up. Come on, get your... Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not letting you go yet. I would like to present to you my sister and Rita's sister, Johnny Kavanaugh, is here. She lives on the East Coast, but Rita and my brother is Claudius, who lives over in Hayward. Stand up, Dusty. Cut. Maurice. That's his wife sitting next to him, Elmira. And I'm going to do something, Reedy. There's your wife, Linda, sitting right there. Hello, Linda. And now, my son, my stepdaughter, my grandsons are here this morning. Raise your hand. Stand up for something. All right. I forgot to introduce little Al one time. And he yelled out, "Don't forget to introduce me," he said. Well, I won't forget that by any means. Yes. Where's Ruth Jones? Ruth Jones, who is about 92, 93, 96 years old. Ruth Jones. Yeah. Thank you. Give us a song or two, will you please?
I am a child of God and I have no fear. It says I love you, child. I'm always near. I call for you, strengthening you when you
Leah. Let me take the time now to invite you to become a part of the Glide family. You know, of all the gifts you could give today, and there are a lot of gifts being given today, you may want to give this one to yourself. Mom, this was the day I became the part of the Glide community. I'm a family member. Amen, huh? Give that to yourself today. And remember, there is no barrier here to whomever you may be. Jewish faith, Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, atheist, agnostic. We believe that all of us can live under the same roof of a full-time God. Okay? It works. We don't debate theology and dogma because love is a doing thing. We do it together, right here, okay? So at the end of the service, at the end of the celebration, go through the door on my right. The first door you come to on your left is the Maya Angelou room. Go in there, and there are sisters and brothers waiting to share with you what it means to be a part of the Glide family. Anywhere around the world, remember, you're a member of Glide. Amen. Maggie will now do our offering and our announcements.
Good morning. Okay, yeah, you thought we forgot the offering, huh? No, we didn't. No. So what I'm up here for is to ask for your money. So I'm telling you that up front so that you can start exercising with your hands going into the purse and the pockets. And ushers, would you please start coming forward right now? Okay, it's time to tell the truth. How many of you are here today because your mother made you come? Now you see, okay. All right, back there, yep. That's okay. You know, we're just happy you're here. You know, Glide is not, in case you haven't noticed by now, that Glide is not an ordinary church, not your run-of-the-mill place, and you all are not normal. And that's the way we like it, because I'm with you. I have to admit it. Not normal. But that's good because there are a lot of normal churches in the world, and Glide has built a community of faith and a community of work. This is a place where we celebrate like this on Sundays, but the rest of the week, and well, not just the rest of the week, today, every day, the work continues. And you heard some of it. You heard about some of it this morning, how people's lives have been changed by the work here at Glide. That connection between faith and action is so important here at Glide. What I'm asking you today to do is to reach inside yourself, to find that little seed of faith, that little bit of faith that will allow you to give, that will allow you to take action. And one of the ways we do that is by giving our money and supporting the work of this organization. So I'm asking you today, on Mother's Day, to please be as generous as you possibly can. Thank you. Okay. Announcements. Next Sunday is the Beta Breakers race. Remember that? Once a year. Next Sunday, it's happening. So what does that mean happens to traffic? Terrible. So plan ahead. Make sure that you get to Glide on time. Take those alternate routes that you'll find in the newspaper, and just come early and hang out. Making a difference in the life of a child or teen is one of the most worthwhile things you can do with your time, energy, and love. The Glide Mentoring and Volunteer Program needs you. To learn more, please join us for a meeting this coming Saturday, May 17th, from 10:30 a.m. to noon at the Janice Mirikitani Glide Family Youth and Child Care Center at 434 Ellis Street. A way to put your faith into action. Be a mentor. Every year we try to send 100 youth to summer camp. The average cost of a sponsorship is about $200. We're hoping that many of you will take on sponsoring at least one of our kids. And there will be a table downstairs in Freedom Hall following the celebration. And you can make a significant difference in somebody's life by sponsoring a child to go to camp. If you can't afford a sponsorship, whatever you can give. We're collecting anything you want to give, and it'll all go toward helping the kids go to camp. Prayer group meets every Wednesday at 5:30. Bible study every Thursday at 6 o'clock. Okay, pretty even today. We have tapes by Pastor Fitch, Janice Miracatani, and Reverend Williams. We have audio and videotapes of today's celebration. We have tapes and CDs of the Glide Ensemble, including Sounds of Hope, which is so wonderful. And now, all right, okay, we've got Glide t-shirts, sweatshirts, caps, sports bottles, note cards, and books by Reverend Williams and Janice Miracatani. Our favorite part. All the proceeds for all the stuff that you can buy, you can buy it downstairs, it all goes to benefit the Glide programs, as does everything, all the money you give here. If you'd like to know more about Glide's 86 service entities, you can go to the volunteer table in Freedom Hall. If you want to find out about Glide's daily activities and special events, check out the calendar on our website, glide.org, or visit the ambassadors table in Freedom Hall after the celebration. And now we have Kristen to make an announcement.
Morning. Just going to add a word to the message Cecil gave earlier because it's quite important. This Far by Faith is a 6-part series which is going to be on PBS in June. It's about African American spirituality from slavery to the present. And the whole third segment is about Glide, Cecil, and Thomas Dorsey, who founded gospel music. It's a big honor that we were a part of that series, and we're chosen for one of 4 national screenings to show it. So that's going to be next weekend on Sunday afternoon. Thomas Dorsey's family is likely coming out, and the producer and director, Luli Haddad, is coming out from Boston. So our plan is to have the 11 o'clock celebration, feed you lots of fried chicken, get the ensemble up here again, show the film, and then have a chance for you to ask questions of Cecil and Dorsey's family and Jan and Luli Haddad. So we hope to see you next weekend. Thanks.
Let us stand now. We're going to go.
Take the hand of the person next to you, please. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome today. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand. We'll walk hand in hand today. Whoa, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome today. The truth will set you free. The truth